This is number 3. Are you reading closely and looking? Let's read the last sentence. Explain how you would solve for the number of pizza lunches. Let's underline it. Now let's read the details. The cafeteria served 180 hot lunches during the school day. 48 were hamburgers, 37 were chicken tenders, the rest of the hot lunches were pizza. Let's circle some clues. So there was a cafeteria and they served 180 hot lunches. They served food to eat. 48 were hamburgers. Let me write that number. 37 were chicken tenders. These are chicken tenders. The rest of the hot lunches were pizza. Explain how you would solve for the number of pizza lunches. Let's cross that out. What should I do first? The main idea. My main idea is going to say, explain how you would solve for that pizza. What do I know? Well, I know that there was a cafeteria and they served 180 hot lunches. I know that 48 of them were hamburgers, 37 were chicken tenders, and all of the other ones were pizza. How can I show that in a strip diagram? Well, I know that this is about the cafeteria. I know that they were selling lunches. So here's the cafeteria's lunches. I know that they sold hamburgers and that they sold 48 hamburgers. I know that they sold chicken tenders and they sold 37 chicken tenders, and they also sold pizza. The rest were pizza, but we don't know how many were pizza lunches. What I do know is how many they served in total. They served 180 lunches in total, and I know that my total goes at the top. So now I can look at my action poster to see what matches my picture. I have a total, and I have parts inside of my strip, but there is a missing part right here. So it's not put together, it's not take away, nothing's going away, it's not compare because there's not 2. But this one says find a missing part, and I see that there's a total, there's a part, and there's a part that's missing. So this is the one that matches my picture. Find a missing part, and that is subtraction. So I'm going to write my clue off to the side right here, and now I'm going to come over here and take away. Now there are 2 different ways that you can take away. You can either take away 48 and then take away 37, or you can put these together first and then take them away. That's what I'm going to do because that's what works best for my brain. But you can do the other way too. So let me start by putting these together. I'm going to put together 48 and then put together 37. When you put them together, you have to start in the ones. 8 plus 7, start with the big number in your head, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you have 15, you have to regroup 15. And now you have to add the tens. 1 and 4 more is 5, and 3 more is 8. So you get 85. Now you have to put the 85 back. The 85 is the hamburgers and chicken tenders combined. So I can just scratch them off because this, I know, now is 85. And now I can take the 85 away. So I can take away what I know to figure out what I don't know. And I need to take it away from my total, which is 180. So I'm going to start from 180. I'm going to do it on this side. And I'm going to take away 85. You have to start in the ones. If you have nothing, can you take away 5? No, so you have to borrow. You borrow from the tens. You have 7 left. And that 1 10 that you borrowed now comes to the ones, and you have 10, and then you take away 5. So 10 take away 5 is 5. 7 take away 8. Well, if you have 7 fingers, you can't take away 8. You only have 7. So you need to borrow 1 from the hundreds. You borrow 1 from the hundreds, now you don't have hundreds. And now you have 17 tens. So 17 take away 8. You don't have 17 fingers, so start with the 8. Put the 8 in your brain and count up to 17. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 9. we have 95. And where does that 95 go in our strip diagram? Or it goes where the question mark is. That's 95 pizzas. So I'm going to box that in. When I justify, I can write down that first I put together 48 plus 37, and then I took away that sum from the total, which was 180. Because when I took away from 180. For this kind of problem with the adding and the subtracting, I want you to remember that in your small group folder, we have our hundreds chart. So if you're ever confused, you can always start at a number and count on if you're adding, or count back if you're subtracting. You are allowed to use this on your test. And you are also allowed to use your base 10 blocks.